Ja here with you. Welcome. Pluto in Aquarius. Can we say awkward? Can we say awkward teenagehood, awkward teenage stage? Pluto in Aquarius is awakening a new level to your DNA. And this DNA composition, this is all metaphysical, if you would, as well. Like, let's be real a little bit. So the DNA structure is being awakened and a new you is emerging. The opposing sign of Aquarius is Leo, and Leo is the performer who seeks to satisfy the crowd, right? About people pleasing and putting on a show that's memorable. Aquarius, on the other hand, is about completely cultivating the uniqueness of your being, including the awkwardness and the awkward stages, and not really choosing to cater to the crowd. Not to say that Aquarius doesn't have some people-pleasing tendencies, as it is the network, right? And in order to work with others, in order to like float their boat a little bit, sometimes you just gotta, blend in some ways. But at the end of the day, you're being awakened to your unique and individual self. Pluto is about attachment, like deep attachments, obsessions, assessments, and fixation. And Aquarius is the sign of detachment, to let go, to let bygones be bygones, to let people be themselves, to let individuals claim to be who they are, whether they're this or that, or he or she, or we or they, or hey. Aquarius is like, everyone is an individual unto themselves, and so we must let them be. Detachment, letting go, releasing a tight grip, culmination of a power struggle, change and psychological understanding, release. The area in which you will recognize that today is the day that you really have to let go, because there's a reprogramming happening here, not necessarily subconsciously, but for all to see. There's a collective community transformation as you will begin to see individuals emerge furthermore to the point of almost blending, and then it kind of seems a little like backwards and mixed in that, in that case. Like, let's all be weird together. Learning how to individualize is exactly what Pluto is going to teach you here. And depending on the house placement is what is going to be released in order for you to fulfill this new destiny or calling, if you would. So, for example, as a Leo rising, 7th house attachments would be attachments to relationship outcomes. Also about claiming power in regards to relations and how we are going to pair up moving forward. Aquarius in the 7th house, it's okay with one-on-one structures, but it could have multiple one-on-one structures. So perhaps we're claiming a new path, a darker side of things. Aquarius is in square to Scorpio. So even though Aquarius is the light bearer who brings light, it's also very dark and twisted in its nature. Just as Scorpio is said to bring you to the underworld of darkness. But there's actually no pure light than the one that comes from Pluto, as it is the light of purification. Now, we are purifying the action house, or we are purifying the house in which your Pluto has now entered. Where does your Aquarius reside? An attachment will be released in this area, as well as an obsession and/or fixation, as well as a culmination of results. As Pluto is a very powerful planet, just because it's newly entering this house doesn't mean that this Aquarian home is just now being affected, as Pluto was in a sign of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. And Saturn rules both Aquarius and Capricorn. So a lot of these changes you've seen manifesting already, that this time it's being manifested in a more futuristic manner, in a way that you have always seen yourself to be, where the hard work of such transformations and was happening in the sign of Capricorn. So coming into Aquarius, we get to actually become the structure that we've worked so hard to be. And so this is your unique qualities having an opportunity to shine through, to really peek through. Who are you? And how firm are you able to stand in your unique power? Rebirth and generation happens in cycles, it's very cyclical. And depending on your personal growth, will manifest what you are beginning to walk into here. Along with the DNA upgrade, you also receive a psychological upgrade, as Aquarius is the intellectual genius. It's extremely cerebral in nature. And Pluto here adds many, many, many layers of depth and truth, hidden secrets and knowledge. Hidden secret and knowledge will be revealed to you in this area and sector of your reality. Now, upon receiving this information, you can create new fixations and new obsessions, which will then entangle you and bind you, which you will then have to work through for 2 decades to come. Who has time for that? I'd rather skip all the bullshit, really, and become the magnificent, intellectual, abundant, because Pluto is extreme wealth, abundance, but also like I'm trying to level up to be the star seed that you all see me to be. And I'm not like trying to level up to it. I am already at that. You will just now begin to witness it, because I'm going to transform, or I am transforming, and I have transformed, just like you, I and you, me and you. We are mirrors. We are mirroring one another. Relax. You too. The star seed. We are star seeds. I'm a star seed. And now you will be able to see me in my true form. Aquarius is your true unique form, where Leo is the actor, and it puts on clothing and props and makeup and all of this stuff in order to put on this fantastic visual or expression, where Aquarius is a bit more raw in nature and is okay with being its unique self, with being its weird self, with being its individual self, with being okay with expressing and allowing itself to be seen as it is, which will then now become your new superpower or your power, your point of depth and attraction, magnetism, right? So, Pluto in Aquarius at this time is going to bring your mind into higher consciousness, expansion of your sight. The 9th house is said to be of vision. Sagittarius has a grand vision and is adept at using the higher mind. But due to its constant need to see more or to be more or to reach for more, it can miss the big picture altogether. And so we have this like really nice, pretty sextile to Aquarius. The 9th and the 11th house are in sextile. But in Aquarius, we have the complete aerial view of the situation at hand. We're able to intellectually assess the situation, the community, the big picture in a detached manner. So this is a point of view that allows you to see things clearly and new, almost for the first time. With Pluto here, it's like an alien activation. So when your consciousness begins to shift, you might notice a little bit of wooziness or sudden moments of clarity, as Pluto is superb clarity, as there's nothing that the Plutonian power and energy can penetrate. And it does travel far and wide, especially in Aquarius. So extreme perceptual clarity in regards to your individual personality that is now meant to actively upgrade and show itself so that it can participate in a growing and rising community as humanity begins to shift and go into its new phase of existence. What we see here can be tremendous. And where there is light, there is dark. And like we said, Aquarius is the mastermind, and this could go either way depending on how this power is going to be used. Pluto can be abusive power, control, manipulation. And so the mastermind can now tap into this Plutonian energy to make all kinds of wild, fanatical things of its fantasies happen. But the same goes for you. Your wildest fanatical fantasies may just seem completely reachable and attainable to you at this time. How is it that I can now further communicate these needs? Oh, I know how to go about it now. I know exactly what type of tactic of whatever, control, manipulation, but this could also be of the self, right? Because Pluto is only worth something if you're able to control yourself, if you're able to tap into your personal power and direct that, to be able to grab a hold of your fixations and your obsessions, to be able to grab a hold of your ability to manipulate and make things happen, your magnetism. Are you in control of your personal, primal, raw power? And if you're not in control of this, then this power and control is going to be given to humanity amongst you, and you're just going to be giving your power away, and you're going to be completely influenced by the external changes happening in your community. And then you have the potential to completely lose a sense of self until you learn to regenerate, until you go through these series of life, death, rebirth, and shocking awakenings, because Pluto will shock you awake somewhat like Uranus, but I think honestly, like Uranus will get it done quicker, but it's no less violent than Pluto. Like, it's like you get shocked into a new conscious reality with Uranus, like a hard fucking slap by your mama. Like your mama just like bitch slap the hell out of you. And so Pluto might, maybe sexually seduce you and get you to show me all of the things that maybe you have been hiding, so that I can learn how to kind of gain some form of control in order to finally get you to submit to the idea that you are in need of change. But in order to get you there, we have to get you to release some of those walls and some of those things that you're holding on so tightly. So if I can just kind of get you to pass that on over here, you will eventually realize that there is more beyond that wall, and which has kept you stagnant for all of this time. So it's a really interesting energy. Like, Pluto is Kundalini, sexual power, and magnetism. And the power of humans lies mostly in its powers of seduction. So will you be seduced by the changing occurrences out in the humanity sphere? Within your community structure, within your group, within your peer group, within your friend group, within, you know, your education and what you've learned, right? Within your ability to kind of innovate and change. What are your unique qualities and how do you harness that power? Are you prepared to take the mask off, right? Because I think like if Pluto walks in the room, you might as well just kind of like start undressing. And this is in the sense, this is like metaphorical, of course. You might as well just fucking take it all off and show all of it. Like, just let me fucking see it, because Pluto is going to see it the moment it walks in. So it's like, oh, fuck, here we go. Let me strip it off. And now that everybody is kind of stripping off this suit, now that everyone is kind of stripping off this like superficial layer, we're gonna see all kinds of crazy things underneath these costumes. Like, we're gonna see, you know, what people are really about. I don't think they're gonna be holding back. And I don't think that you're going to be holding back either. You have to take a look at like where this is functioning for you in your chart. Like I mentioned, for me, the seventh house of relationships, like, okay, the layer, the curtain is going to be completely pulled back in my one-on-one relationships, and there's going to be like full exposure. And I mean, you know, this could lead to all kinds of things, but I'm not, you know, gonna get into that fully. You know, the fifth house, you might be birthing some really cool children. You might be a part of the generation, or, you know, the people who bring in these new babies with this updated DNA strands. Like, literally, like, human DNA is upgrading and it's unlocking, and even the humans are changing. Like, I mean, like, humans and babies are starting to be born without wisdom teeth. Like, we're in a point of like, humans are not gonna look the same moving forward, as the babies that we're birthing is, you know, they're coming from a whole another planet. But we're also upgrading and shifting into a new planet of being. Like, we're the aliens. We are. And they're gonna start really seeing how alien-like we really are. And that's kind of exciting. I don't know, but as long as you're able to hold your own, you will not be pulled by the persuasive powers that be. Especially if you learn to be that persuasive power yourself. So, I would take a look at your natal Pluto as well, because when it enters into a new energy, it is going to affect the filter in which your natal Pluto is being expressed, because it is now progressed. It has now changed. It's a new location now. I really don't think we have any cards to pick for today, but I have the Awakened Soul Oracle deck. Let's just pick one card. I really don't think there's any energy for this, Aquarius. Yeah. Truth. Speaking your truth. Pluto wants the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And like I said, when Pluto walks in, you might as well just start stripping and showing yourself, so that your truth can be revealed by your choice, and not someone coming in and stripping you of the choice to reveal your truth. A new truth is going to be revealed in the house of your Aquarius Pluto. You're not going to be able to hold back, and they're not going to be able to hold back. Let it go. Let it go. Detach and let it go. That's what I have for you right now, just for right now. I'll be back. We'll talk more about Pluto in Aquarius. No one alive today has experienced this energy. So we can't jump up on here and act like we know what we're talking about. We just have to go with common sense and go with what the downloads are, and be able to tap in to this Plutonian Aquarian energy, which is like telepathic understanding and tapping into the ethers and completely downloading, and then all of a sudden I just know. And that takes time. And it also depends on your development. So I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Later. Bye.